Could we have a Bitcoin ETF approval in the next 8 days? Maybe. If it happens, it's going to break crypto, so hold on to your butts. So this is according to Bloomberg analysts. And by the way, we also have some Chainlink and Cardano news and Polygon news to cover in this video, so stick around for those goods as well. Anyway, according to some Bloomberg analysts whose jobs it is to look at ETFs, they're saying, well, there's still a 90% chance that we're going to have a Bitcoin spot ETF approved by January 10th. But right now, there's a very unique situation going on that's going to last until the 17th. It's a window where the SEC could actually approve all the current Bitcoin ETF applicants. So basically, the long and short of it is this. The SEC cannot approve an ETF while it has a comment period active. There's right now an 8-day window where there is no comment period active. So if the SEC wanted to be fair, which, I mean, come on, it's the SEC. They're not exactly known for helping us out here in the crypto industry. But anyway, they could, in theory, approve all spot Bitcoin applications at the same time, considering there's no outstanding comment periods for any of the filings in this 8-day period. After November 17th, comment periods open back up, and we have up until January 10th where we could see an approval, which, again, looking very, very likely. We're giving a 90% chance right now to a Bitcoin spot ETF approval by January 10th. Pretty good odds. And again, that January 10th deadline, that would have to be an approval or a denial. They can't delay again. They don't really have any good reasons to deny, so we'll see. Will it happen in the next 8 days? I have no idea, and nobody else does either, except maybe the guys at the SEC. But we keep getting positive news. The CEO of Grayscale, they came out, remember the Grayscale, the GBTC, Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. They have like 680,000 Bitcoin. They've been filing for a long time to do the right thing by the GBTC holders, which is to convert from a trust into a spot Bitcoin ETF. They won in court. The judge said, you have no reason to continue to deny the request. Your reasons you're giving are BS. You need to do something. The Grayscale CEO said, we're continuing to have dialogue with the SEC and remain optimistic that we'll get through any final hurdles for the approval of a spot Bitcoin ETF. Interesting. Now, with the spot Bitcoin ETF, and I know we've talked about this already, but I think it's just such an important point to hit home. See, a lot of people are saying that it's going to be a buy the rumor, sell the news kind of a thing. We're going to have an approval happen. Then it's going to say, okay, you're going to be able to list those spot ETFs in a week, 2 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever it's going to be, whatever that period's going to be. And that during that time we'll have a massive rally, huge sell-off on the day. And look, to some extent, that's probably going to be true. There will be a bit of a buy the rumor, sell the news, where we're going to have a bit of over-optimism running up to the actual day that trading starts. And maybe when the day trading starts and $100 billion doesn't immediately flow into Bitcoin and Bitcoin doesn't immediately go to like $1 million, some people might be disappointed. But the reality is, even if we have a short-term sell the news event, short-term, Bitcoin halving is coming up. Not far away. What is it? April next year. That's very, very soon. Come on. That's very soon. And that spot Bitcoin ETF approval, well, it will not bring in tens of billions on day one. In the first year, it could bring tens of billions in. Tens of billions. And you have to remember, what is it, like 70% of Bitcoin hasn't moved on chain in over a year. Huge amounts of Bitcoin sitting in the hands of borderline fanatics, let's say. That's you, isn't it? It's me. It's me. A lot of us. We're not willing to sell our Bitcoin to BlackRock. Certainly not at these prices. Maybe they can have it, pry it from my hands at a much, much higher price, of course. 150K might let a little bit of it go. $1 million for the rest of it. We'll see how things play out. But we need to see how much demand actually comes in, of course, in the first few days for these spot Bitcoin ETF products. The assumption is there's going to be a lot of demand. We are seeing an increase across the board in buying behavior, and there's a lot of institutional interest in these products, so we'll see how it goes. No one, of course, can know for certain how things are going to start off, but the reality is once it happens, it opens the floodgates. How much water comes through the floodgates on day one is anybody's guess. But the reality of opening those floodgates long term has a massive, massive impact and should not be faded at all. Now, before we get into the Chainlink news, the Polygon news, the Cardano news, just a quick note, if you're not signed up to the Wealth Mastery newsletter yet, you gotta check it out. It's the best damn newsletter in the cryptocurrency industry. You can sign up for free, join our 80,000 weekly readers using the link down below in the description. You're gonna get every single week, 3 times a week to your inbox, the latest news, the latest altcoin alpha, airdrop alpha, technical analysis, DeFi, much, much more. Huge opportunities, huge alpha. Check it out. It's free. Link in the description. So, Chainlink news. Some crazy things going on with Chainlink. Of course, the price is like 15 bucks now. Hallelujah. It's crazy, man. New all-time high for wallets with at least 1,000 link. That's pretty cool. Grayscale's Chainlink Trust trading at like 200% premium, which is insane. Institutions are literally buying Chainlink for 50 bucks a pop right now, which is wild. But we did have a very, very big partnership recently. Chainlink partnered up with Vodafone, particularly a company called Pairpoint, which basically brings in leveraging the geographical scale and experience of Vodafone's Internet of Things platform. It's got 160 million connections worldwide. That is big, big damn news, a big damn partnership. Of course, Chainlink does big partnerships. Chainlink is all over the place, and I understand why the asset has become so. Obviously, I hold Chainlink. As always, investing in cryptocurrency is risky, but if you want to know the risks of investing in cryptocurrency or my portfolio disclosures, you can find a link for that in the description as well. But anyway, huge, huge news for Chainlink. Very exciting to see, again, another major partnership. The huge interest from institutions in the Grayscale Chainlink Trust, it's insane. That's absolute insanity right now. Big Polygon news here as well. Polygon Labs working with the Near Foundation to develop a zero-knowledge prover for WebAssembly blockchains in order to bridge the gap between WebAssembly-based blockchains and the Ethereum ecosystem. So when they complete this, there will be a zero-knowledge WebAssembly prover. Now, I know this is all a lot of technical jargon, right? But essentially what this does is allows for blockchains like Near to have closer alignment and, most importantly, access to liquidity across the Ethereum and Ethereum virtual machine compatible ecosystem, which is a big deal, because that is where most of the money lies these days. That's why everybody, including Solana and everybody else, trying to find ways to bridge into liquidity into the Ethereum ecosystem. And finally, the Cardano / Polkadot news, which is a pretty interesting one. So Polkadot has announced in a tweet recently that Cardano is actually going to leverage the substrate technology, or the Polkadot software development kit base, to build out its partner chain project, which is very interesting. Very, very interesting. Anyway, it's supposed to demonstrate Substrate's ability, Polkadot Substrate's ability to expand across Web3 and to allow for ease of use for other chains and ecosystems. Now, what's interesting, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be more bullish on DOT or Cardano from this news. It's quite interesting. It's quite interesting. Anyway, great news for both coins, I suppose. Great to see partnerships continuing to flourish across the space, more interchain operability, more close partnerships, more liquidity moving across chains, which means that everything can go crazier. I'll see you in the next video.